So I'm gonna go over here, clean out a spot where I'm gonna park my camper. I was thinking the way these cedar tree limbs kind of hang out, I could come in, if I took out this bit right here, I could back that in right there and get it right out of sight. I believe all them limbs come from that one cedar tree back there. So I could take out that and that. Maybe I'll leave these other little pines here. Take out that one right there. And maybe trim a limb off here. Yeah. I see now that limb comes from that cedar tree over there. So I could just clean this little area out from here to there and put the camper right in that. And I'd still have it kind of hidden from the road. I'm gonna go get my chainsaw. Let's see what we can do about that. I guess I could say this here too. My other intention, there's a section of woods between me and the neighbor over there. I'd like for this section of woods to grow out and get very leafy or whatever, because I want it to block sunlight when the sun goes down in the evening, so that I don't get the hot sun shining on us when we sit on the front porch. But I also want to block the view between me and my neighbors. Now you would think that by taking the underbrush out of the middle, I'm making it less thick. My thinking is maybe that if I take out the underbrush, that the trees will get more sunlight and the trees themselves will have more growth on them. And that pine tree I just cut down is a good example of that. The pine tree has limbs on one side. 3 sides of it don't have any limbs, but the side that's got the sunlight getting to it does. What does that tell you? Think about it. Let's cut some more trees. Now I'm gonna try to cut these trees without moving the camper, but I believe I can bring this pine tree to fall over this way and have it not fall on the camper. I'm not gonna take out that hardwood right there, and I'm not gonna take out this big pine, but I'll take out some little trees so I can get up in here. So we'll move over into our next spot. I'm gonna take a shot at this one right here. The other thing I'm doing is cutting these now while it's cool before the snakes get out. Because once the snakes get out, I ain't gonna want to be poking around in these woods looking for trouble. That's just me though. Another thing I might want to do, generally I wait till after I've already cut the tree down to come back and see how this, you may not be able to see it, but this tree stump here from this tree I cut down, even though I cut it down pretty close, it's still sticking up enough to catch a lawnmower blade. So I can take my saw, now that the tree, I ain't worried about the tree falling on me, and I can snip that off almost level with the ground. Now, having your saw blade down in the dirt is gonna make it dull. But I know how to sharpen the saw blade. I made a video sharpening the saw blade just a couple days ago. Anyway, here we go. I'm trying to keep my saw blade out of the dirt about as much as I can, but I'm probably still dulling it some. can drive a lawnmower right over that. Oh, the joy. I'm being a little careful doing this because I just came back from the chiropractor. I pulled a muscle the other day doing something very much like this, and ever since then I've been walking carefully because I don't want to hurt myself any further. So this is me walking carefully and cutting trees at the same time. Holy joy. Holy joy. I'm going to show you something. And I don't know if this is what I am going to say, but it could be. Down in here, in this part of the country, sometimes they'd be farms and people that have slaves, and they die and they'd bury them in the woods and they put a rock on their grave for a marker. And right here, you see that stone? There's another one right next to it, and then you see this sunken in spot. I could very easily be a grave. I could very easily be a slave grave right there. No way of knowing, but it gives you something to pause and think about. I know there's some slave graves right up the road here, and Bobby knows about them and all. And I know I grew up on a piece of property out in Douglasville had some slave graves on it. So you just never know, you know, what you're gonna stumble across. Now I think all this little bunch of trees right here needs to come out. I leave that big pine. I take away everything around it, including that. That way I can come in here with a mower and mow this little area right here behind this. And then, you know, if we ever have any kids camping out here and they want to sneak back here and have a cigarette where their parents can't see them, you know, they'll have a place to do it without getting snake bit. So I'll clean that out too. Oh, the joy. Oh, and what I might do, I'm going to take out some kind of a path this way, between this open part and that level part back there where I've been stacking lumber and tin and metal. I'd like to be able to come in with my tractor down there, come around and drive back out with my tractor. And between here and where that little red mower attachment's laying on the ground, it looks like there's almost a section wide enough where if I took out this bunch of little trees right here, then I could make a little passageway through there to bring a tractor out of. But I'm not going to do that today. Well, that's not the focus of today. The focus of today is this over here. So we'll cut a few more of these ones right here. If I do too much of this, I'll have to put some shorts on because it'd be warm enough to get sweaty. I don't like to get sweaty. It bothers me. It does. And I want to take this little pine out, but I don't want it to fall on y'all. I think I'm going to take these 2 or 3 little trees out first, then move y'all before I cut that.